It's already 6:35, so let's start, dear postgraduate students. Can everybody hear me? Dildora, Malika, and Elina Kim Shahzoda, and Miss Alisa Smagin also here, and Dildora Allayorova. Are you here? If you are away, please come to your computer. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Abbas Utkirov, and I am the Blended Learning Specialist at WIUT LRC. So make sure that everyone is silent. So today we are going to, I am going to share with you the important session, which is LRC Resources. So now let me share the screen first. So now I'm sharing the screen. Can everybody see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Fine. So today's topic is actually the LRC E-Resources. And it's already 6:35, so let's start, dear postgraduate students. Can everybody hear me? Yeah, 1 second. I have just aligned the session to YouTube also, so therefore it started now and there. Sorry for that. So now let's start. Today's session is LRC E-Resources, academic information search, and some referencing tools we will provide. And all of them have been prepared by the LRC Enhancement Unit for the WISE students. Let me briefly overview. So the resources overview will take about 2 hours, and break time will be given for 10-15 minutes, and we have also practical session with you. So also let me provide the learning outcomes. The first is the WIUT LRC E-Resources. As you are at home now, you will be needed mostly how to use the digital library sources and final projects for your dissertations and projects, and how to use the databases at home using maybe you have faced it already, the proxy.wiut.uz, Cisco AnyConnect software. We'll solve them together also if you have problems. And the second one is academic information seeking using the Boolean operators in order to make the search more user-friendly and easily to find and filtering of them. And lastly, the referencing that as WIUT uses the Westminster Harvard referencing style, and I will also provide the tools of how to use them effectively and easily and save your time. So before to start, I just want to concentrate your attention to this picture. Can you see the picture on this screen? Can everybody see?
Yes.
Okay, then what do you think? What is the difference between the Google and library database in here? Any opinions that you think?
The library is colored and more productive, I can say, because in the Google you can just find boots instead of fish.
Yeah, you're also actually right, Laura. So you can find everything in the Google because it has a lot of tons of information on the Google. You can search for the fish, but you can find in here, as you see, the shoes or something different. But in the library databases, you can find the more reliable and appropriate source to your case. Let's move on to the next one. So what are the electronic resources first of all? If you see that our digital library provides you the subscribed and open access databases. And if you are at the university, actually it's not open yet. When it will be available for you, you can enter, and there will be no need for you for the proxy. But at home you will need a proxy. We will provide you how to use it. And subscriber database are in our cases that Emerald Insight, Science Direct, Scopus, EBSCO, JSTOR, as you see the ProQuest and Clever Arbitration. I will provide with more details for which field you can use which subscriber database later, and also providing the opportunities of using them beyond the university. So let's move on to the next slide. So in here, so if you are using Clever Arbitration database, it will be available only for law students. If you are a law student, then you can use that. As today we have a MA and HRM, yes? For in your case, you will be mostly using the Emerald, because Emerald, you can see that it also includes the law, economics, BA, BIS, and teaching and learning. And we haven't put the HR separately in here, but you can also find the human resource related resources in here. You can also find them in JSTOR. Especially now we are using ProQuest. In ProQuest you can find mostly the dissertations which you may need in your research projects. You can also use EBSCO. Mostly it's for BIS students and economic students. If your research topic is a little bit related, for example your variables may be related with other field, then you can also use EBSCO. And Science Direct is a general one. You can find any kind of information in your field in Science Direct also. So the Scopus is also the data analytics mainly, and you can also find some resources in there, and it directs to the databases. So any questions so far related with subscriber databases? If not, so you can you can also write if your microphone is off. Can everybody hear? Is it fine?
Yes. I have a little question.
Yes, for sure.
So the subscribe databases are on LRC, yes?
Definitely, yes. It's on LRC, and we are coming to that point. Thank you for your question. So how can we find these databases? So you can get an access through these databases through LRC.wiut.uz. You should provide your login and password. And there is another alternative way, internet.wiut.uz, and then you can download or preview the sources. So let me show you how to do it in practice actually. Now I'm opening the page. Let me go to the LRC.wiut.uz. Everyone can see the screen, yes? Okay. So if you go to LRC.wiut.uz, you can't see the screen.
We just see your you can say that not screenshots. I mean that.
Okay. One second. Yes. Let me stop sharing. Yes. Thank you. Now I stopped the sharing the screen. Okay. One second. Yeah, I have moved. Can you see now? LRC.wiut.uz website.
Yes.
So first thing that you have to need is to go to LRC.wiut.uz in here, and on the first line you can see the databases in here. If I enter to the databases, you can find a list of databases here. First is ProQuest dissertations, Euromonitor, and Taylor and Francis books, also EBSCO IT for IT students, host, and Emerald Insight. You can also see the description in here. You can for every database, Westlaw and ProQuest and Clever Arbitration. All of them are subscribed, and you can, if you go further, you can see the other ones, Science Direct and Scopus. We have also available open sources. You don't need to use a proxy for open sources, but for subscriber database, you may need the proxy. So let me go further. You can also divide them find them through subject area. For example, if you put the subject oriented, you can find BA, business administration, law, economics, business information, and teaching related databases. If I click on it, the management related sources will provide it here. For example, the World Bank Open Knowledge is the open sources because it's finding every source. It's mixed with the subscribed one. But if you need only the subscribed one, you should click on this subscribed one. Okay. So this is where I have showed you where the resources are located. Now let me go back and I will move the sharing the screen to the here. Oh, 1 second. Can you see the presentation on this slide on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So yeah, I have already provided. If you want to find the books in your subject area, for example, let me go to again to LRC. Oh, I should share it differently because it's not so. Can you see the screen? Yes, LRC.wiut.uz. Website again. I am going to website again. So everyone can see, yes. Then I have to go to collections. So collection is in the AFTS databases. Let's go to collection. First, you should enter your university ID and password. Your ID starts with a 3, 0, and etc. And password is your your password here should be. And then you should first log in. If you do not log in, you will be not able to download the books. So then you can click on books or you can search in here. For example, let me search the books which is related to human resources. Yeah. Make sure that you are writing correctly. If you don't write correctly, the system may not find. So in here I have you can see that there are the books which is related in the human resources. So for example, if I click on it, and here is a preview, and download is available. So you can download it and use it for your subject field, and it's available only for WIUT students. So you should first enter your login and password. And the next step is, you can also try to search on your computer of using different field subjects. So let me move on further. So regarding with the final projects, you can also search for final projects. Let me go back to that website. LRC. So human resources, I searched it, and in here, 1 second, collection. Yes, on the collection on the left side, if you can see that there is a button which provides the final projects. You can click on this. If you click on it, you will be able to find and then search. For example, you may need you can choose MA in International Management. 1 second. So currently, MA in Human Resource Management is not available, but in upcoming future we will add this faculty also, because your faculty is very new. So currently your faculty is not available in here, but we'll add and sort for you. For example, now let's take the MA in International Business Management, And you can also choose bachelor, dissertation, or master's. For example, if you choose a master's, you may see the, for example, the master students who have done the research projects before you. For example, in here, the all research projects have got minimum the 60 mark, minimum 60 mark. So it means that they have all of them passed. So you can use it as a sample in your projects if you want to see how the content is it, how the research project should, what it should contain in really. You can just use them. Let me open one of them for your convenience, and it's opening for preview. That's great. Yeah. Now the topic, you see the Google Analytics in Breakthrough, so it's IT related. If your project is not related with IT, you can just see the content, how the content is it, and use it as an example, as a sample for your project. This is about the projects. You can also go to this final projects if you want to see the old projects. They are available on the intranet of our website. For that, you have to go to intranet.wiut.uz and then choose the university library. Before, don't forget to click on the login to your account. Let me choose the university library, and you can see the students final projects. Yeah, it's in here, student final projects catalog. If I enter there, then you should provide your login and password, WIUT login and password, and here you can see all of the projects which has been submitted, and you can see the faculty and the year of submissions. All of them are also got minimum 60 from their dissertations, so you can see a lot of the projects in here. Actually, most of the final projects available on this intranet. The new ones are available on the LRC.wiut.uz website for your convenience. So let me move further. So in here, okay, how can we get the access to the databases? The next slide is, so I have told you about the proxy.wiut.uz, and actually you cannot just go to proxy.wiut.uz and use databases. It takes some steps to do that. So how can we do? Here it's shown in the screenshot, but let me show you how it can be done in practice. You can also find them on our YouTube channel. It's available. For example, if you search like WIUT LRC YouTube, let me try to find it. Yeah, it's in here. Let me open in here. WIUT LRC YouTube, you can write, and then it appears. This is not that one. 1 second. You can also go to the Google and just write WIUT LRC, and you can find it directly. Goes to the website, actually the YouTube channel. So you can find all of our tutorials in here. So if you want to use how to get access to subscriber database, you can just click and see how it can be done. So let me show in briefly how it can be done. First, you have to go to proxy.wiut.uz, and it says not available because I'm at the university. So at the university I cannot enter to them. So because it works only at home. So in order to that, you can just go to this link. Let me provide you in the chat so you can also see or copy it. Let me write it in the chat. 1 second. Okay, so I provided the link on the chat. You can just go in there and see. Somebody asked the question, can we track human resource without S? Hello, it should show Armstrong book. Yes, Alexis Magana wrote and name of the book. Yes, we can do that. So let me little bit go back. Let me go back a little bit and go to the LRC. I have missed that question. I haven't seen that. For that, we just need to go there and go to the search and provide Armstrong. Let's write Armstrong. Hope it will find. Yes, it found the Armstrong's Handbook of Human Resource Management in Practice. Armstrong also written the Principal Marketing, so you mainly may need this book. Yeah, Armstrong's Handbook of Human Resource Management in Practice. You can also download and preview for your convenience. Actually, this book is mainly your main book. Okay, let me go back to our case now. So in order to get access, so first what you have to do, when you open the proxy.wiut.uz, it shows mainly this screen, and you shouldn't just go to the links of the databases. You should click read more first. And how it can be, let me show you briefly in short this video. I'm going to open the video now. It's about 2 minutes, 2 and 2. So can everybody see the screen of the video?
Yes.
Okay, let me put it, just watch it and you may try it at home. As you see, I just stopped it here, just a moment to want to mention. If you go directly to the databases, it shows like this and it never opens databases. So therefore, we should do the steps which are going to show in this video. Let's watch. Just to mention, if you see that it says that welcome Westminster International University in Tashkent, if this notice appears on the top of your website, it means that you have already got the access. You can check by this, and then you can search any related topic. So you can use the database through installing this software, Cisco AnyConnect, and it's available. This video is available on the link which I have provided. It's also available on the intranet. Yeah, if you want to go through the intranet, just need to go to an intranet and go to the again university library, and you can see LRC video tutorials here. If you enter there, you can see all of our tutorials available in here. Actually, it's embedded with the YouTube. You can go directly to the YouTube, or you can go to the intranet and find them by topic. So all of them available here. All of the needed tutorials for you is here. Let's go back to. You can also try when you are going to use them. So let me move on to the next. Is there any questions related with it? Using this WIUT proxy. Guys, anyone? You can just write if you want. I just want to make sure. Okay, good. Thank you. So let me move further. So have you heard about the Boolean operators? Do you know what is a Boolean operators? Anyone in this group? Is there anyone that approached to with Boolean operators? No. Okay, so that's fine. So let me explain. Using our Boolean operators means that it helps you to narrow down your research, and also database has its own language, and with Boolean operators you can communicate with the databases actually in their own language actually. For example, mainly the Boolean operators are and, or, and not. So for example, if I write the economic growth and don't forget that the Boolean operator should be with capital letters. As you see that and in here is Boolean operator. If you write with small letters like and, the database may take it as a simple word and. But if you write with capital letters and, it accepts it as a Boolean operator, and it finds the relevant search for you. For example, if I want to find the economic growth in developing countries, I can write the Boolean operators as an and. It means that I am searching this topic which contains all of them. For example, economics growth with and developing and countries should come all together. It means that my database contains all of them. So it may be a little bit difficult to understand, but in practice we will get more deeply understandable. So the next Boolean operator is or here. Or is needed to connect two or more similar concepts like synonyms. For example, you may have the economics growth, but the synonym of it can be developing, the word developing or the countries. So in that case, if for example some articles may contain the economics growth, but the same related topic can be called developing countries. So you don't need to search two times. So you can just use the Boolean operator or, and database finds you all of the economics growth related one and developing countries related topics for you. With and it helps that narrowing the search or helps to find more topics with using synonyms. And the next one is the not, which is not Boolean operators. If you see, all of them are in capital letter, and not helps to make your search to exclude some words. For example, if you are finding the economics growth and it's all of them coming with developing countries, and then you can write the not, it means that if you write not in there, the database finds you only the topics related with the economics growth, and it excluded the word of developing countries in your research. And for developing countries related topics and resources will be eliminated when you are searching, and you may save your time. So next is, so if you use the ProQuest database, which contains mainly dissertations, so you can see, if you click on the advanced search, you can find the and or not databases. For example, if I go to the ProQuest website, let me open proquest.com. Then it's in Russian actually, okay. Then I should go to the advanced search. It's in here, расширенный поиск, and then you can see here the Boolean operators. It starts with the and, or, and not. You can also add other Boolean operators if you want, if you need more topics in here. So let me go back. So it's here. So we will come back to this point in practice. So let me go further and explain you what kind of referencing style use it in WIUT. So maybe some of you have known about it. What do you understand by any of you, for example, what do you understand by using Westminster Harvard referencing style? Can anybody tell? You can also write, or you can just unmute your microphone and answer. I just want to make sure that you are listening me, guys.
Well, we a little bit know about that, but referencing, when we use others' work, we should definitely reference the author and the work that we used.
Yeah, Shamso, that's right answer. So in every when you are writing coursework, a research project, you should provide the referencing in order to acknowledge the author. And in our university, we will use the Westminster Harvard. Don't forget, there is a Harvard style one. This is different style. So you can ask from your module leader which style they are using. For example, in economic field, they also use a Harvard style. But in other fields, mainly they use the Westminster Harvard, as in our university. And this is also provided on the intranet. We can find it. Here is a link. You can also go there. I'm providing on this chat. If we go to this link, you can find the referencing tool guide, which is guide, and how to make the referencing is provided with more details. For example, you may need the journal article and newspaper, websites. For example, journal articles can be cited differently and websites differently. Your interview questionnaire, if you had, for example, your interview questionnaire also has a data, and because you are taking interviewing the one person, and you can also provide you should also provide the referencing and in-text referencing of that interviewer in your research project. So all of them are provided here, and all many of them cited and referenced differently. So you can find more in here. So we'll come back to that point. So let me go further. And we'll also cover Cites for Me and MyBeep and Mendeley management tools. These tools are very essential. Cites for Me and MyBeep is very easy to use, and it's available for everywhere. But Mendeley is a little bit different. In Mendeley, you can save your data in your software program, and it will be available, and it can be embedded with aligned with Microsoft Word in here. So let me go further. In here, follow us our contact details. So now, if you don't have any questions, let's move on some practical points. So because in practice we can learn mostly, because I have stated some theory related explanations. So as we have mentioned above regarding these Boolean operators, here is one question, so I want to share with you. So in here it states that Anna, she's a student actually, wants to research the main factors to attract human resource management in developing countries. So what do you think that what would be the best combination of search terms below? So if you see, the first one is human, then Boolean operator or, and resource, and then or, and then management, and or, and developing, and finally it uses the and. So as we have seen, we have stated that 3 Boolean operators or, and, not. So what do you think? In order to find, how can we help to the Anna that in order that, because her research project is related with human resource management in developing countries. So you can click, you can find one of the answers here. By the way, I have missed the one important point. So let me find it. For example, let me go back a little bit before explaining in order to make more understandable. When you have seen this or Boolean operator in here, for example, it says that example that provided in here, the economic growth or developing all countries. What do you think, for what purpose the quotation is provided in here? Any ideas? For example, in here there is no quotation mark, and here no, but in this case it has. What will be different if I write economic growth, then or developing, or let me write with capital letters, or countries, write with capital. Any ideas, guys? I'm making it bigger. So here is no quotation mark. Do you have any ideas to share? Let me see. First, I think the Shahzoda and the Laura is answering to that questions. What about in here? For example, what quotation marks meaning has a meaning in here? What will be if I delete this quotation mark? Okay. Any answers? You can just write if you have some ideas, then we can see. Maybe it shows a meaningful word. You are coming close, Dildora. Yeah, it should have some meaning actually, logically, if you think. So if we delete this quotation mark, it may find the topics separately. But when we put the quotation mark, the economics growth will be found from the database together, not separately. For example, database may find the words economic and may miss the growth. But when we put the quotation mark, it only finds the articles which contains the topic of economics growth together. And when we put the or here, and it also finds developing. If economic growth is not found, then it can find the other articles which contains developing instead of this. It's like a synonym in here. So I missed it to explain this one, and then we can come back to our question here. Yes. So I will give you 3 minutes, guys. You can think a little bit and you can test it if you want from Google and answer. I'm going to provide you on this chat. I also wrote them in the chat. Okay, let's go. You have 3 minutes, and after that we can continue discussing. Okay, Dildora already answered, so let's also let others to think and identify is your answer correct or not. We'll wait 1 or 2 minutes. I think we have enough time was given. Let's make discussion. So Dildora answered that the answer is third one. Is there anyone who think differently? For example, there was any other opinions? Is there anyone who thinks that the first one is correct? No? You can write in the chat if you want. Is there anyone who thinks 2 or 4? No, yes? So there is only one answer, and this is 3, and I haven't seen the other answers. What result we will have if we choose one? Here is the question. What result we will have if we choose first one? Could you please explain? Okay, good question actually. So what will happen if we choose first one? So if we concentrate on the question, it says that human resource management in developing countries. Yeah. So let me make it different color. Okay, it hasn't changed. Okay, fine. Oops. So if the question is this one related, human resource management in developing countries, then we should concentrate on the human resource, human or resource or management. In here you can see that human or resource or management. Can you remember what does the or means in here? Any ideas? What does the or mean in our case?
If we write or, it will choose either human or either resource or either management.
Yes, definitely, because they are different words and they are not synonyms, or actually means like a synonym. Yes, so human and resource are not the alternative words to each other. They come actually together, so therefore the first one cannot be the answer in our case. And here is the one answer, that operator or will help us to broaden our research results. Yeah, definitely yes. When we put the or, our research will be broadened. It finds more and more information. If it cannot find the human, it will find the resource instead. So we may go to a wrong direction if we use the first one. With the second one is a little bit different. If we choose human resource management, it can find all of the resources that some of them may contain human but may miss the resource. Some of them may contain the management but miss the human resource, which can direct our field differently and make waste of time for our case. But when we put the quotation mark, as I explained above, the all database will find all of the searches which contains the human resource management. For example, if the article contains human but not management, or it contains human resource but it doesn't contain management, it will be not shown to us, and it will not be seen to us, and it will not find for us. So it means that only the human resource management related topics will be found, and we can save our time. So therefore the quotation mark in here is important. When we are writing and, what does it mean? Could you remember what does the and mean in here? Any ideas? You can write, or you can also speak, unmuting your microphone. So if you remember that and, so the search result when we will use, so here is the question. So the search result when we will use will be exactly with human resource management is right. Yes, if we use a quotation mark, that human resource management will be found with exactly the same word in our topics. And when we add the and here, actually it helps to narrow down the search. So if we write and in here, it helps to find the developing countries, in this case and developing and countries. For example, it means that human resource management will be found in the topic and other articles which may contain developing and countries can be found. So we can see it in more practice. So let's move on to the next. So here's let's do some activity task. So if you see on the screen, the task is the first activity is let's do some research topic. Imagine that you have been given the research topic of economics of transportation in Uzbekistan. So what should you do here? You should find the related sources for the topic above using search techniques. So in order to use the search techniques, you can go to the digital library and books, or you can also find from student final projects. Also, if you have installed the AnyConnect software, you can also go to the databases also. But make sure Boolean operators will not work on digital library books. But you can find the topics related with economics of transportation in Uzbekistan. I can give you 3 or 5 minutes, so you can now try on it. If you have some questions, please ask. I will help. And I think that all of you now know how to go to the digital library, how to go to the student final projects. If you, some of you have installed the AnyConnect software, you can also go to the databases and share your results in the chat. If the task is clear for everyone.
Yes.
Okay, great. So I think that all of you have understood. So if you have questions, still you may ask. Now you have some time to search. You can open new search and do some tasks. In my case, I will also let me do. First step, if you remember, that going to the LRC WIUT.uz website. By the way, I just want to ask, is there anyone who installed the AnyConnect software? If not, you can try at home, okay? If you haven't, you can do at home when you have a free time or when you need it. Okay, is there anyone who found books or final projects? Have you tried, guys? Have you tried to find this book? You can also search your topics in your field. For example, you need mainly organizational behavior or leadership or the human resource that's in your field. Also you can find proxy. By the way, if you want to download the books from digital library, you don't need to install proxy, Cisco AnyConnect. If you want to go to the databases, you may need the proxy. Without proxy, you cannot go to the database. But for digital library, to get digital library books and student final projects, you don't need a proxy. Okay? Autodesk the question in here. I think that others also may think. So you don't need to install a proxy. You can just go to digital library and go to books and enter your login and password and download the needed book in your field. For example, mainly you have already fifth teaching week, yes? So it means that you know already which book you may need in your subject fields. So you can also search that books from the digital library. And you don't need proxy for that. You only need the proxy for databases. For database, you need proxy installation of the website. Sorry. Have you tried to search any book or final projects in your field on the website of library website? So as you know, the website is lrc.wiut.uz. So the first step is you should enter this one and go to Great Dildora, which book you have searched and found. Can you share which book you have searched and find Dildora Azizova? Armstrong, yeah, mainly you need Armstrong in HRM, yes. So if you write in human resource here, as we did it, yes, before. So it finds all of the books, and mainly your core book is Armstrong, yes. So in here I haven't found Armstrong yet. So when I write the name of the author, as we did before, yes, it found Mason, Ryan, and that one. Okay, good. Now you know how to search, how to use them. It's very easy as if you are aware of searching a little bit. So now let me go back and move to the second activity. So for the second activity, we'll use Boolean operators. So here's the topic is given. The topic is age differences and impacts on predicting divorce rate. So let's imagine that your lecturer has given you this topic, and now you have to search the relevant articles in order to analyze in your coursework or assignment or business or human resource related research projects. The first, what should you do? I can say that first you can go to, if you have a dissertation topic of like this, you can first go to the university libraries databases as I showed, and install the AnyConnect software, Cisco AnyConnect software, and then use the Boolean operators and keywords. So where you can find, for example, we can use a ProQuest dissertation and test and as a database. Let me go to the proxy database. So if you, after installation of your AnyConnect software, you should provide your login and password and do some steps. It's very easy actually. You can do anywhere from your home. Make sure that you have a good internet connection. Then you can see the node of the Westminster International University in Tashkent. It means that you have an access is given. So then you can search first. Actually, it shows like this. Let me go to the main page of the proxy. And if I want to, you can also search in here, for example, your topic. For example, let me search this topic. 1 second. Age difference and impact of predicting divorce rate. I will copy and go to that proxy and search it. Let me search it and what it finds. Let's see what it finds. So it found age difference, but impact on predicting divorce rates can be, you can also find some divorce related, but in the topic it's not in the first one. Mainly it found age difference. So you can see that it found about 5,206 results. It's too much and it will take for me a lot of time because I just put the topic in here. So what will happen if I use the Boolean operators in here? So we have Boolean operators as we stated in here. So you can use and, or, and not. So let's think. 1 second. Have you tried to go to ProQuest and search this topic? You can also go now and find it, but you will be not able to download until you do not install the AnyConnect software. So anyone who is going to proquest.com who has tried to open, if you do not have it. Yes, mit.edu. Yeah, we are coming to that point, Bobor Mirzo. Thank you. So MIT is actually open source. Thank you, Bobor Mirzo. You can also go to there. Yeah. You can also search going to there, but you shouldn't use as I did in here. You needed to use with Boolean operators. Have you tried on it? So if you concentrate on the main words, what are the main words in here? Anyone who has an answer? What do you think, guys? We have done a task in the above. Can you remember any suggestions or any ideas? What are the keywords in here? How should I search in here? How can I use a Boolean operator in here? Any ideas? If you remember the first step, have you opened the ProQuest? Okay, with capital letters. Okay, age difference and impact. Okay, let's impact of what? Do you think that impact can be the main word here? The age difference is the key word here. That's fine, that's great. So let me use the and Boolean. And in here is small letters. It means that ProQuest may not understand, and it may accept it as a text. But if I write in here with capital letters, yes, as Bob Burmers stated, then it will understand as a Boolean operator. It means that we are now talking and communicating with the databases. So the impact cannot be only the word. So age difference, okay, and impact and divorce rate. So mainly impact cannot be the main. We can use the impact, but it's not the main keyword here. So, but divorce rate can be main keyword here. So age difference and divorce rate. Let's search. You can also add the impact in here if you want to narrow down. For example, now we have found 19,000, more than 19,000. But if you see here now, it has changed. Now it's finding the age difference. 1 second, let me see. Predicting. What about the predicting on divorce rate? 1 second. So age difference, it found the age. The first contains not only the word. So let's do like this. If I put the quotation here, what will happen? Okay. So now it found the 930 results. If you see that capturing trends in divorce statistics. So in that case, let me delete the differences from S, age difference and divorce rate. Still, it's becoming difficult to find. So in that case, I will copy it, go to the advanced search, and I will put it here, age difference. And I will put the Boolean operator and or not. I need and now. Yes. And divorce rate. Let's search now. So if you see the abstract that contains the divorce rate, the first one is containing the divorce rate actually. The second one is rates of divorce, but here is not the age one. So what will happen if I delete this one? In ProQuest, it understood as a Boolean operator and that the word should be in the brackets as you see them. So now you can see now it have narrowed down with no, it has make it more. 1 second. So now you can see that it has so much articles. For example, I can clearly see that age difference and in here divorce rate is not here, age difference, and age difference, divorce rates here, the age group. So which means that when the if I cannot find the in topic the keyword, so then I can find it through the abstract. For example, in age group, in here you can see, so main words in here, the age and divorce rate. Age difference and impact and divorce rate. Have anybody tried to make some search? Maybe you can also use different database. At Bober Musa stated that mit.edu. You can also state the country in here. For example, if you're searching for example, in here you can find Indonesia. So you can write, you can add also here the Boolean operator when you're searching. You can add more Boolean operators here. For example, if you want to narrow down your search. For example, we want to find the divorce rate in Canada, for example, Canada. So the first search I find in Mexico. I searched it from Canada, but doesn't give me the resource yet. You can also find it through making Ctrl F. For example, if you write Ctrl F in the website, and then you can Ctrl F, then you can write Canada. So now it finds more clearly. So Canada rates differences, the changing suicide pattern in Canadian adolescents and youth compared to the American counterpart. And then, for example, you can also feed the families and work transition 12 countries, which is mostly related to our research topic. So I can just go inside. If you have installed, you will be able to download the PDF file in here. So you can just click on the PDF, preview, or download. Just click on here also. Currently you will not be able to until you do not install the software AnyConnect. So now it's available, and you can go more deeply to read the abstract, that it suits or not. So through this way we can narrow down. So let me go back. Is everything clear related with this topic, research topic, and second activity? So now here's the question. I think marks will help us to refine search results. And also if you're looking for exact word or phrase, otherwise you'll exclude many helpful results by mistake. Yes, Bober Mirza, you are right. It's quotation marks helps to refine the research, and it will find the exact search when we put the quotation mark. So let's move on to this next one. Next one is so before doing that, next one is related with the citation using Westminster Harvard style. Let me show you how to do it first, then we can make together. So in order to do that, I can use a lot of there are 3 tools which I have provided above. For example, Cites for me, MyBeep or Mendeley. Mainly I like MyBeep, but you can also use the Cites for me. So let me start with MyBeep, mybeep.com. So if I go to mybeep.com, Let's open it. It has opened the website. So the first thing I need is, for example, I need to cite this this project, which I have found in the ProQuest. For example, the changing suicide pattern in Canadian adults and yours compared to the American counterparts, that I want to cite, and I need the full reference of this site. So what should I do first? I can copy the link going to the top of the website. I just copied the website link of ProQuest, and I go back to the mybib.com. So first thing I should do is I should find the Westminster Harvard referencing style. If you see it in standard, it states MLA style. There are a lot of styles in here, so we can search our Westminster Harvard style. It's available here. You can find it as a University of Westminster and Harvard style. Just click on it, and now you can see that in here it stated that University of Westminster Harvard style is chosen. Then I will click add citation here. So it's asking me, is it a website or book or journal or video, or they have other options. You can see mainly we need video, website, and journal articles. You may also need book. For example, in here you can say that this is a journal article, but we can also make it as a website. I can provide the link of it, or I can download it and provide the link. So let me choose it as a journal article. If I am providing a journal article, I can also see the DOI of the website, which means it can be it never changes actually. Let me copy and paste in there. So I passed the copied second. Copy it, and let me choose website because I did it as a website, and I passed it is with the Ctrl V, and I will click search. So when I click search, it says that it also shows the credibility of the sources, and it's saying that proceed with the caution. So it means that sometimes the website may not understand it. So let me do it manually. Why it's doing like that? Because it could not detect the author of the web page. So it's asking me, does it have an author? I said yes, and I can enter by name. How can I find the web page's author? So I should go back, and if I see here, you can see the author is provided in here. It's Linus Anton. You can also do it by providing the provided guide in Westminster Harvard style, which I have provided the link beforehand. So in here we can see that there are 3 authors of the website. For example, Anton, Linus, and David Lester. So I can I can just copy the author's name in here and put it there. So first it says author's name. The Anton should be the author name, and the last name is Linus. So I can add another authors. So let me go back, and this is Lester, David, and Rosie Hates. So David is a name and Lester is a surname. If the website cannot find itself the author name, then we should enter manually. Sometimes it finds automatically. 1 second. It has only two authors, yeah, Anton Lins and David Leslie, I know. So then I can say that we don't need cert 1, we have just 3.1 and next. So if you see date of publication couldn't be detected. So how can I find the date of publication? If we go back, you can see the date of publication. It should be provided. Yeah, it's in fall 1995. You can also see in here, so we can provide the date of the publication here. Then let's check it. Is everything correct? We have provided the author's name, we have the title of the article is missing in here. So what should I do in here? I should go back and I will copy the title and go back and put the article's name in here, title of the article in this sign. So date of publication is provided. So in here we can see the URL is here. So in here you can see date of access. For example, date of access is important also in here. So I have access to this source today. So therefore I will click today. So it will show, now it's showing the today's date and website name here. And finally we have, I think, done, and then we can save here. So when we save it, now it provides a reference list in here. You can also you can also search from other databases. For example, if we go to Science Direct and search, for example, human resource management in developing countries. Let me search. So the Science Direct found me the resources which I needed. So I can just click one of them, this one, let's do. And now the link is available here. I will just copy the same. I am doing the same procedure. I am going back to the, I copied the link of it and I have gone back. I will add to the citation and put the link in here and then search. So now if you see the website might be found all of the information. It found the topic, article's topic, and it found the author's name and year of publication automatically, and it's stating that this source is credible. In here now we can see that it found the source automatically, but sometimes when it doesn't find automatically, then we have to enter it manually. So let's check. Anyway, we should check. So you can also see DWI, it automatically found the name of the article, volume number, issue number in here provided, the article's authors. I'm not going to write in there, so it has done for me, and I can save. So after that, you can see here is another point that might be automatically provided the order of the reference list. For example, you should provide the reference list with in alphabetical order. So you don't need to, when you are doing manually, you should put the authors which comes with the A or B by order yourself in your hand, but in here it made it automatically. So next thing, I can do it, download it. I can also make it in Word, or I can copy and paste. For example, if I write the copy and paste, So it's available. I can just copy and go to my Word document, which I'm doing, for example, my coursework. And for example, paste there, paste it there. So I have only reference list. So this is how reference list is done, but we can also see here one of the options which it also provides us. For example, if I choose a Word document, it can also download in a Word format. I can open here. I don't need to go to open the Word in this case, it automatically provided for me. So we can also find the copy citation. If you go on the right side, it says the copy in text ref citation. So it means that copies in, and it has copied. So I can go to there and provide the in-text citation. So why we need in-text citation? We may need when, for example, we have, let's think that for example, I have taken, for example, this source. I have copied it, opened the Word, and I have pasted there, and I needed this information, and let's imagine that we have paraphrased this source. Okay, after paraphrasing, we should acknowledge the source, as you know. So we can provide, we don't need to write the author's name and the year, because it takes some time, because some names are difficult and we may write it wrongly. So this tool will help us to make it correct, and it also provided in-text citation here and reference list in here, which makes our job very easily. This is about how to make citation. You can also use the same method by going to the Cites for me. So let me copy and paste it for you. One second. Yeah, in here. So these are the three main tools. Two of them are online. The Mendeley is a little bit, takes much time. I'm going to put it on the chat. So, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, let me share the Word screen. I see that no one can see. Thanks for reminding, Bobber. Let me show me. You have on. You were not able to see only the Word. Yes, you have seen the website. Am I right? Just click yes if I'm right. So now I can stop sharing, and I will share my Word document. Yes, I was sharing here. So let me show that what I have done. I have gone to the website and copied this text. Let's imagine that I have paraphrased this one, and finally I put the inside referencing citation, which I have copied from my bib, and I also put the reference list which is provided for me. So if you see, there are so much details in it, in referencing it. If you are going to publish your research project, the peer review editorial process will look even in the dots in here. For example, your article may be rejected even you have done the reference list wrongly. For example, if you have provided the improper referencing, so you may lose the chance of publishing article even the article is done greatly. So every single letter in here is important in referencing. One of the another good thing I can say that if you have written, for example, your project in based on the Westminster Harvard style, and you are going to publish your research article into the journal articles, which requires not the University of Westminster style, but for example, American Psychological Association style, APA 6 or APA 7 or Chicago Manual style, then it can be very easy for you, because when you have used these references, you can just go there, style, actually it's now University of Westminster style, and you can just change it to APA style. If I click on APA style, so I don't need to write from the beginning, it automatically changes it to the APA style. Okay, could you see the website on my screen? 1 second. Oh yeah, no. 1 second. So I should share, I think, the my screen, yes, not the web page. So now could you see the website in here, my BIP? Can everybody see? Okay, good. So let me explain it again. So for example, let's imagine, let me go back to University Westminster style. It was in Westminster style. So if you remember, the style was in University of Westminster, Harvard. So now if we imagine that we are going to publish on the different article journal, which requires, for example, APA style or Chicago Manual style. So it means that we have to change, if we change it manually, it will take a lot of time, because their style is different comparing to our style, Westminster Harvard one. So if the journal article requires the for example, APA 6 style, we can just choose the APA 6 style, and it automatically changes the referencing to different style. So when you are writing dissertation, you don't need to worry. Actually, I have heard that many staff that have faced the problem that they have changed it. When you are making a dissertation, you will have a 30 or 50, more than 50 references, and it will take a lot of time to change every single reference to different style. So in here you can just, if you have a history in here, you can just click on that style and it can be changed based on the requirement of any journal. So here is the question. It says in Zoom there are another option that you can use while sharing. You can just choose other option. Thank you, Bober Mirzo. I have tried. I have used the different one. Yes. So I choose the first one. Now I think that everything is seen to you. So this is about this one. Is anything clear with this referencing? Is my BIP? If you have any questions, please write. Okay. So let me move further. So we have now activity. So what we're gonna do is we need to find one resource related to employee benefits and its effect on employee productivity. It's compulsory to use a Westminster Harvard style. Yes, you are supposed to use a Westminster Harvard style. If you have seen the handbook of MA and HRM, most of you have been seen, I think that you have already seen. It's provided in there also that university requires to use the Westminster Harvard style for your courseworks and assignments. However, if you are going to publish your dissertations after submitting your assignment or coursework in our WIUT, and you can change it based on the other journal articles. But when you're submitting in the university, that you should choose the Westminster Harvard style. and you can ask from your model leader. For example, for economics students, they also use not Westminster Harvard but Harvard style. For law students, they use different style, Oscola, which is so it's. But if you see the handbook, in your case, Westminster Harvard style is more appropriate. So if it's clear, so now let's move on to the topic. Let's imagine that you have given the research topic by your lecture, which makes the employer benefits and its effect on employee productivity. So your task is, I will copy it and paste it on the chat, so everyone will be able to see it. So can everyone see the topic? So now what you're going to do is you can go to the any database or go to Science Direct and search the this topic related article and make a citation using Westminster Harvard style. You can use my beep or Cites for me. So I have provided Cites for me. If you consider what is different with Cites for me is my beep provides the credibility of the source. So here is this website. So I am providing you in here with the website of this one and mybeep.com. So you can go to any website and first you should find the article, then you can make a referencing style, and after making such kind of referencing list, you can just copy and paste in here, and we will see how much is it correct or not. So anyone can do the same job. You can search and find. If you want, you can also you can find different topic, not this one. So then you can provide the reference list here. So I think 5 minutes will be enough for you. Let's go. We have 5 minutes. Use these websites and make citation on this topic. Task is you should make an in-text citation and reference list. Here is the task I have provided. Yes, make a citation and reference list. If you see the above, it's provided research topic and task. Okay, I am going to copy and paste it again. Okay. 1 second. If you have some questions, if you do not understand something, you can ask me here. Now I will be helpful to show you. Now just go to the MyBeep. You may also search from the Google also, or you can go to any databases, which are ProQuest I provided, Science Direct, and let me provide the list of them. You can also go to JSTOR.com if you want and search one article, find that article and make one in-text citation. The topic is employee benefits and its effect on employee productivity. Do you need some break, guys? By the way, would you like to have some 10 minutes break? Okay, let's you have a 10 minutes break, and some of you, if you want, can make just this task, and then we'll discuss the answers. Okay. Okay, see you in 10 minutes. Hello guys, we have already passed our 10 minutes. Is there anyone who has done the task? I see only one student has done the task. What about others? We will come back to Bob Mirzo's task. Anyone who has done this task? Dildora, Azizova, can you hear me? Dildora. Okay. Elena Kim. Is she here? Shahzoda?
Yes.
You are here finally. I think that Dildora and Aziza will come to join, and Bober is also here. He has answered. So, Shahzoda, have you tried on this my beep tool?
Yes, in my computer. I entered Zoom from my phone, that's why I couldn't share, but it's very useful tool.
Okay.
I really liked it.
So, if I give you the sharing possibility to you, could you share? Could you see on your screen that share screen? Does it appear on your Zoom?
I entered from my phone. And I
okay.
searched from my computer. That's
Okay, that's fine. You can copy and paste in the text. Can you do that? Can you just copy the results and paste on the chart?
I will try now.
Okay. Till Shahzoda tries. Dildora, have you tried? Do you have a computer? Can you just speak up, Azizova, Dildora? Can you hear us, Dildora? You are also trying on phone, so actually you can also try it on phone. So have you got any result? For example, have you tried to go to any database or Google it and find go to the my beep and do the same steps which I have done? Program. You tried which program you tried? Do you mean AnyConnect software? Okay, proxy is not working in your computer. In that case, if its proxy is not working, have you tried the steps which have been shown on the video? Okay, you have installed, you have entered your ID and login password, but still you cannot get access, yes? If I give you the sharing option, can you share your screen? So you can share the screen. Okay, so for phone, if it doesn't work, actually it should work from phone also. I recommend you, when your computer is working, try to watch the video and do the same steps. If it doesn't work, you can then contact to to our LRC librarians. Yes, after going to that website proxy link, let me share the screen. So it doesn't work on my computer because I'm at the university. So after going to that, you should do the same steps as shown on the video. You should go to the read more and install AnyConnect software, and then when it's on, when the after installation, you should make it on, and then you can go to the databases. At the moment, it doesn't show the results. So which website you have used, which source? Have you Googled it? Okay, you can go to the Google also. And could you provide the link of the website, and we will maybe try in here, okay? We can just you used the same link. Which link? Could you provide which link you have used? No, you don't need to go to the proxy. You just need to Google first, because in order to use the proxy, you should first install the software. It needs some steps and some time to do that if you see the video. But for citation, we can just need the website itself. For example, you can just go to the google.com for citation. Sorry, not Gmail, but google.com itself. Let me show again. For example, the topic was employee benefits and on employee productivity. So I can put, could you see it on the screen? Could you see the screen? Could everyone see the screen? Okay, good. So you can just search in there. Here is one other technique that I will show you now. So at the end, you can just put the PDF. Sometimes I do like this. If you are searching from the Google, it also helps. So if you see that it's find the academy.edu, emerald.com, so employee benefits effect on employee productivity. I just put the topic, whole topic. Google is using artificial intelligence that it's finding more clearly. So academy.edu is also databases, contains database. So you can also use this one. This is peer-reviewed articles can be found in there. In Emerald, you can also use it. If I open the Emerald, so let's open the emerald.com, which I found from the internet. So now it found this article, yes? So what can I do is just copy the link and go to the MyBib. So I have changed it actually this the APA style. Now I will change it to Westminster style, Howard style. And add citation and providing search. Actually, if you provide the DOI of the website, every article has its DOI. What is DOI means? If you see here, it provides a DOI. So sometimes if it doesn't find the author's name, you can just provide a DOI and it automatically finds it. For example, instead of Emerald, this website, I can just provide the DOI, which makes this is the unique link which never changes. Yeah, this is the link of the article which never changes. You can just provide this one instead of Emerald inside this database. Now you see that it found all of the needed information, and it also said that this is a credible source, so it means that we have this file is a credible source, so all of them are correct, provided, and now we have it. So I have done it 2 times, so I have a double of them. So I can delete one of them. So I see that Shahzoda also provided the link, the reference list. Yes, good. So access date, available from, everything is fine. Yes, that's fine, Shahzoda. Great job. So digital, yes, DOI is, you may ask what is a DOI? This is a digital object identifier, which makes that every article has unique link. So DOI is that link which never changes. Okay, so if I open the website of the Shahzoda's link, so it finds the food and agriculture of United States nations, that it seems that the source is credible and reliable. So let's see on going to my BIP, and I will add citation here, do the same job as Shahzoda did, and search for it. And now you can see that it's stating that it can be probably credible. So some piece of information, it can make it credible, but we couldn't identify the quality of the publisher. It means that site is credible, but the article may not be the publisher may not be the credible. In order to find out, we should go to the inside of this. So because why it's saying it's not maybe credible, because it could not detect the volume number. So in that case, let's go back to that source. So let me find, does it has ISSN and issue number? Should I find? Yes, volume number I should find. So this is journal article actually. Yes, author is provided, access the full text not available. So in here you can find the access to full text is not available. For example, if you found the source like this one, and in here you can only see the short description of this article, yes, and we don't have an access to the full text. So then you can just click on here, it says that look up the Google article, or in other chains. So what you're gonna do is, even we found this article, we cannot use it because this website we don't have an access. So, but there is another choice. What can I do is just copy the text and find from internet. So maybe I will find this database from different sources. First it found the which we found now, and if you see the another one, the topic is impact of human resource management. This is similar topic maybe, but not the same one. We can search from other articles, but if we cannot find, so we shouldn't use this file source. Why? Because we don't have an access to this website first, and it doesn't open the full text. Maybe it hasn't been published, maybe only the description it provided. So yes, Miss Alisa Smagina, you can say that she has a question. Yes, please. You can ask. Alisa Smagina, do you want to? You can unmute yourself and yes, please.
Hello, boss. I think that was by mistake. I just touched that. I'm sorry.
Ah, that's fine. That's fine in that case. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
That's fine. Okay, thank you. So in that case, if you cannot find the source, we can just write the topic of it or search another topic. Or mainly, in my case, I will copy the author's name and article name and try to find from the Google. Sometimes it finds, but sometimes it doesn't. But one, we can see that in the ResearchGate, maybe it will be available, this source. So let's motivate employees in Slovenian, Croatian food industry companies times of economic downturn. But this is mainly related, but not the same article. So we should make sure that if there are some sources which are not can be found. For example, in here it has no access to this file. So what we're gonna do, we can search further and not use this file. But you can provide a reference list as you have seen it, but there is no other possibility of using that. Another point that you can do is you can just find the email of these articles authors. So you can find them through internet. For example, this author may be available on the ResearchGate. So if you go to ResearchGate, mainly you can find the name of the author in here. Maybe you cannot find the article, but you can contact with and write a message to this author and see how many articles this author has published. You can just contact with this. For example, you can write message. So you may write a message here that's stating that you need this article, but you couldn't find in the internet. You can also provide this link, which I'll also show it in here, but there is no access to this file. And mainly they provide the article if it's so much needed, and you don't have in other options that you need this article so much, then you can write to the author. But if it's not so important, you can continue to search other. Okay, Shaluda source already published to be available. So another point that if it's published or not, to see that we can see it by finding the DOI of the file. Let's do it in the ResearchGate. For example, in ResearchGate we can go. This is the DOI file, but this is little bit different article, not that article we are searching for. This is a DOI for different article. So thank you for comment. Yes, motivating employees in Slovenian. In here that motivating employees, it's related with. For example, in our case, we needed a source of, 1 second. Our source name was, 1 second, Human Resource Management and Organization Culture. Okay, in Slovenia. So what do you think? Can be similar to the topic? Shahzoda, what do you think? For example, motivating employees of Slovenian and Croatian wood industry. Can it be the similar to the topic which you are searching for? But this is different article. Okay. Yes, so you can, in that case, when you find that this is similar, because it's also related with employees, organization behavior, that synonyms you can find in here. So then you can just click on the PDF text here. So now you see it's downloaded. Now it's available. Yes, this one isn't available. We have searched one author can write in similar topics. Yes, also. So in here, if you see the DOI, yes, So let's copy the note. I can copy this website link, but I prefer to copy the DOI link. Why? Because when you copy and paste the DOI, you will have a less problem of finding the author's name. So now let's go to my BIP and search and try to and do the same steps. Add citation, website link, DOI, and search. So now it states that it's definitely credible source. When we provide the DOI, it means that it's peer-reviewed, it's credible source. So another point that you can see, author's name in here, it cannot provide the volume number. In that case, we can just go back and find the volume number in this article. So if it's not available, you can find it by going to the DOI. You can just provide the definite DOI in here and find the DOI in there. Or you can open the article itself. When you open the article, the volume number should be provided in the inside. So if you see in here, the volume number is actually this one, which is if you go back to my BIP, yes, so it's stating the volume number and issue number. So first it comes volume number. This is 62. You can see it here, and we can just write the volume number. When you open the PDF file, you can see the issue and volume number in here. So you can just provide the first volume number, then go, yes, we have issue number also. When 62 is a volume number, the 2 is a issue number. So you can find this instruction on the Westminster Harvard style guide, which you have available also. Sometimes when it cannot find, you can just provide it manually. Now it has all of the information is provided. We have provided DOI, name of the journal it found automatically, and we provided the volume and issue number. Then we can save it. So now if you can say, and let's download it. So we can copy and paste actually, yes. So I can copy and paste, and we can now let's check with Shangloda's case. First comes author's number, then the year of publication. Yeah, actually this is a different journal article. So mainly what Shangloda has done is also right, but make sure you should find the needed article for you, which is accessible for you to write, to paraphrase or to use, and for your analysis in your coursework or dissertation. So this is actually the all. We have also another tool. So, but I'm not going so deep in this tool. You can also use the Mendeley tool, which is a very great tool for the usage of the if you are making 1 year long dissertations. So it helps to keep it in your software, not in the website, and it can be also integrated with Word. So which means you can just directly put the in-text referencing through integrating with the software of Mendeley. So in order to show that if you are interested in it, we can also provide another session, and you can also find it on our YouTube video tutorials. So we are also updating on our YouTube tutorials. So mainly this is all about, and I would also want to mention about the subject librarians. So for example, if you have any issue related with usage of databases, collections, and how to use the Boolean operators, for example, you may have some general understanding today, but if you want to make more specific when you're doing, if you are facing some difficulties when you're doing research and finding articles, then you can also contact to our subject librarians. You can find subject librarians by going to the LRC.wiut.uz. For example, if you need a subject librarian, you can just click the fourth one, ask subject librarian, or get support by your subject area. So let me first find the subject area. For example, when you are searching, you mainly need by searching the subject. For example, let's imagine that we have also available here management and marketing, global education, law department, economics, business, information department, and finance department. So which means that this is fields. In your case, it mainly relates with the management and marketing department. So if you are searching in any article in your area, so we can just click the management and marketing area. So now you can see our subject librarians who are responsible for finding, for helping you and assisting the articles or resources or databases or usage of Boolean operators when you are facing difficulties with finding articles or usage of articles, how it's relevant or how it's credible or not, because in your dissertations you mainly use the credible articles in the coursework. Also if you want to get higher marks, it's mainly your lecturer expects from you to use the databases rather than using the websites, because as you know, the websites mainly consist of the general opinions, and which is not peer reviewed. So therefore I recommend you to use the databases, and if you have some questions, you can ask to our subject librarians here. You can find it here, and you can email, and if you go to views, you can get more details about our subject librarians, and you can just write an email when you have any questions. You can also choose another department if it's your variables is little bit related with economics or BIS, so you can just put on here and find the relevant subject librarian which is responsible for that. So mainly this is all about. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, you are welcome to provide or write, or you can just speak up. Mainly this is the end of our today's session. Any questions so far? Okay, if there is no other questions, thank you. Yeah. If you don't have other questions, this is the end. So if you will have, when you are doing research, you can contact anytime to our WIUT LRC by emailing, by calling, anytime. We will be very helpful to assist you. Okay, I will stop sharing. By the way, if you want to have those who hasn't participated in our today's session, they can also find the links on the YouTube. So it will be provided on the YouTube channel which I have provided, so you can see it in there also. So this is all. Thank you for your time. Bye bye. See you. Now I'm in.
Goodbye, thank you.
Bye bye. Have a nice day. Have a nice night, actually.